Hello and welcome to the Lit Fire podcast. I'm so excited for my guest today. I've got with me Delayna Johnson, and she has been one of my leaders in training students for all the years that she could be, and then she transitioned straight into being a leader and has done so many things with leaders in training. She is an amazing young woman, and I'm excited to talk to her today. So without further ado, let's get started. Hey, Delayna, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, of course.
All right. So just if you could tell me about your life and ministry right now, like what is going on, what are you up to, and what are you doing?
So right now, it's currently the off season of our L.I.T ministry for the year. So I'm very involved in the youth group at our church, at Church Alive, and I serve in kids also once a month still, and I'm also very involved in the youth group.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So, people listening don't know you, so I do, of course, but tell me some of the things that you've done with leaders in training in your young life so far.
So I started in our L.I.T ministry back in probably 2018 or 2019 in what we called Junior Special Forces, and I was in second or third grade, and I very early on was like I always had the desire to like get involved and be on the worship team especially. And so I had always aspired to do that, and so when I finally got the chance that year, I took the bait and and became one of the vocalists, and then I continued through Special Forces until I was in 6th grade, and then I came back in 7th grade, and then like halfway through the year I kind of came on as more of a leader.
Yep.
Or a student leader, I guess, and then the past year I was an L.I.T leader, like helping the kids in like discipleship groups, and I've also been on as the kids worship leader for maybe like a year and a semester, I guess. Yeah.
Wow. So you've done amazing things. What grade are you in now?
I'm going into freshman year.
Into freshman year. So by high school, you have helped run a disciple group. You have led worship. You have been the leader of our worship teams as far as our worship director for kids ministry. You have trained and been a vocal trainer, a piano trainer, and you have been a public speaker, right? You've got a chance to preach.
Yep.
And, of course, with fine arts, you're doing percussion and sign language and what else? Choir, right?
Yeah, choir and then also short sermon, which my favorite category, if I had to pick a favorite. And then, and sign language. So
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
So what is one favorite memory you have of your time in leaders in training?
I'd say the memories that I'll always like cherish the most probably is our retreats that we used to take to this camp called Camp Caraway, and just like the way we just got to like get away from the world and just really just dwell in God's presence. Those will always be some of my favorite memories of being in Special Forces. Yeah.
Very cool. So I remember specifically a couple times on mission trips.
And mission trips.
Can you tell me some stories of the actual ministry sites, like what happened when we went out on missions?
So on our most recent trip, we went on a local mission trip in our community last June, and I was like a student leader kind of on that trip, and we did a lot of we split off into 3 groups, and my group went to a local apartment complex, and we just got to do a lot of ministry with the kids, but it didn't just reach the kids. It definitely reached the parents as well. And then we would do like Bible stories each night, and we would do like crafts and like worship. It was so much fun for for everyone involved.
Yes.
And you just got to create such a connection with each kid like that was there. And I remember specifically, I saw one of the kids that came to one of our days on the mission trip. I saw them come to our church.
Wow, cool.
Like probably a month ago. And I got so excited because I still remembered him.
Yes.
And like you just create such connections with everyone there. And then on the last day, we did a block party, which was very fun because we also got to incorporate a lot of our fine arts categories into that too, which was a lot of fun. Yeah.
So you've seen leaders in training become a catalyst for kids ministry and youth ministry cooperating, and then even into connecting with adult ministries. Yeah, that's very, very exciting. Okay, so. Do you remember, is there a specific Bible verse you can remember from your days memorizing and leaders in training that meant a lot to you?
I remember, that's hard to think about because there were so many. I'd say, let's see, one I remember specifically is probably 2 Corinthians 5:17 Galatians 2:20.
Okay.
For I was crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. The life I now live in the body, I live by faith through the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. I remember that one we used a lot, and it was just always one that stuck out to me, for sure. But there were so many that I remember still.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's great that you were able to call that up too. So, is there anything the Lord spoke to you during your time in leaders in training that you recall, like kind of an idea about the future or what God is going to use you to do?
Yeah, I definitely, throughout my time in our ministry, I remember there would be times when I could like kind of picture myself in the future, like still using this and still using these gifts. And I remember I used to, whenever we were going in 2022, we were going on our first, or at least in my time, our first like street missions trip.
Yep.
And I remember I wrote so many like sermonettes, like just for fun. And I remember I was so eager to preach it because I was like, I need someone to hear this. And like I was probably 11 or 12 at the time, but even then I could really see that there was something there that God was really trying to nudge me to do. And like writing sermons is so much fun. And it's still like I can still look back and see, oh, that's God was preparing me for today back then through L.I.T.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah. All right. So my question, this will be our last question, but if you could talk to another young person and they were thinking about joining a leaders in training program, what would you say to them?
Get ready for the wildest ride of your life. Because it is so much fun. And I have friends that I'm still very close with that I really grew closer to because of our L.I.T ministry. And I'd say just prepare to defy the status quo of what a typical kid in church maybe should be, like the stereotype, and just get ready for just God to move in your life in a way that you've never seen before, and just be ready to serve and find joy in that. Because I'd say something I've definitely learned from a young age, serving in this ministry, is just the fun in serving and just the connections you get to make through it, and just finding how the Lord is moving and working through those times. Like, we used to meet in, like, our church used to meet in a school, multiple schools at different times.
Yeah.
And we would get there at like probably 7 a.m. and not leave until probably 12:30. And like, that was just life to me. And so it's always been just so fun. And it's definitely been the catalyst, like you were saying. It's definitely been the catalyst for so many things in my life. And on the way here, I was talking to my dad, and I was like, imagine what would have happened if I didn't go in L.I.T. Like, I wouldn't know how to play piano. Like, maybe I would have gone into preaching, but not as much as I am. And there's just, like, so many domino effects that happened because I joined Leaders in Training. And I've just always been so grateful for it. And it's just been so much fun. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well,
yeah.
Thank you so much. This is
of
so
course.
great to talk about, and I appreciate all that you had to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Have a great one.
You too.
Okay.